What do you think it is?
What did it sound like to you?
In the sky like statue with a knife. Edges running wild like legs of a crab. Meandering the blood through all they could have. Scars of clutches of narrow lives. Narrow hopes, significant lies, significant tries. Never to be found, they were side by lies.
Hello everybody, welcome to yet another episode of the Howling.
Cue audience clapping.
Yay!
Clap, 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 clap.
This is the official podcast of Hounds of Innsmouth. Like that fucking matters.
For the 4 people who listen to this, and 2 of them are us.
Yep. Pretty much I think that's what the view count is so far for a lot of our videos. Anyways, it's been a while since we did this shit.
Yeah.
Like, I think the last time was July 4th.
That's fucking a while ago.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
It's just been busy. Haven't really had time to do it.
And people getting hit by cars and shit.
Yeah, well.
Shut up.
Anyways, joining us here today is John Kelleher,
What up?
rhythm guitarist for Hounds of Innsmouth.
Fuck lead.
His girlfriend Dani over on the couch.
Hello.
She's doing well.
Yeah.
Shut the fuck up.
Let's just not say anything about it.
Let's just keep talking about it
Make innuendo the whole time.
the whole time.
So people have to figure out what exactly is going on with the inside joke.
I think she just believed in fairies enough that she flew.
Yes, exactly.
Mid thought, just, and that's what sparked it. You just stopped believing. That's why you fell.
Yeah. Just cleaned yourself off with a rag like a doll.
Yeah.
You know, we saw a doll movie the other night. Annabelle.
Not as good as The Conjuring, but still fucking good.
Yeah, it was alright. I don't know, like, I actually liked it better than Insidious, which...
Oh,
Haven't seen Insidious.
you haven't watched it, but we watched
I
it with Megan.
appreciated it.
Yeah, I mean, Insidious was still an entertaining enough movie. It was just kind of... It had a lot of roll your eyes moments for me.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah?
This was like, okay, this is happening now? Cool. Yeah. I don't know. I thought it was okay, but...
It like couldn't keep the pace, or what?
Yeah, it was like... The beginning part...
Sorry.
It's
fucking great. Just won't smoke weed anymore. Just keep drinking my beers that are over here.
Smoke what? This is
Nothing.
going on the internet. What are you smoking exactly?
Imagination.
There you go. Some fucking thyme, oregano.
Whichever compliments me.
Arugula.
Incense.
Yeah, there you go.
Smoking incense. I can't even say it. It sounds like incest.
You have a cannabis card, right?
Yeah. Oh, totally. Yeah.
That's what I thought.
Yeah.
Anyways. Insidious.
Yeah.
It's kind of like... the pacing was a little kind of off-kilter, because like the beginning part is all like kind of creepy, haunting stuff. I mean, the first like 20 minutes is really boring, because nothing's really happening. They're just
Fucking Annabelle did that shit too.
Well, yeah, it's the same people, so... But it's just, like, kind of slow, building the characters, but, like, the characters were not really, like, that interesting or different that we really needed that much time to deal with them.
Yeah.
So it's like, okay. And then stuff happened for a little bit, and then it had a little break, and then it kind of picked back up again, and it was creepy in certain spots. Like, there was the one dude who had the red face, so he was supposed to be a demon.
Yeah.
And when they first introduce him, he doesn't have a red face.
I'm just thinking
It's
of
just
like
black and scary and
Yeah.
fucking ashy.
And he was really cool looking.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, cool. And then they did a drawing of him and it had the red face. I'm like, all right, cool. And then they kept showing too much of him. And I'm like, all right.
And then by the end, you actually see the embodiment.
Yeah, you see the
of
whole
him
thing.
in his home.
And, like, not only is... yeah, he's, like, in his home, like, making tapestries and stuff and just hanging up posters and shit. No, I mean, he was, like, sharpening his claws, but his claws weren't even... Like, when you think of a demon, don't you think of, like, their claws being actual claws?
I've never seen this movie, and I'm just picturing some guy, instead of doing blackface, is doing red face. And he's wearing, like, a Mr. Rogers sweater. and fucking he's just in his house. That's all I'm picturing right now when you guys talk about that.
It's basically Darth Maul in a Mr. Rogers splitter.
Oh, I love Darth Maul. I can't
Yeah.
remember the actor's name, but he's cool.
Yeah, it's Darth Maul, and then
You don't need to know the actor's name. Is Darth Maul.
Oh, whatever.
and he's got like just
Never lived
the
that
claw
down.
rings. He doesn't have like legitimate claws,
Oh, okay.
even though he's a demon. He's just got like those rings that you can get from fucking Hot Topic.
that'd be a good scene in Insidious, just a cut scene that they took out.
Yeah,
Him walking into
I hope you find something today, sir.
Yes, I'm looking for something to instruct fear into my enemies. Oh well, these are on sale.
We also got this Gur backpack from Invader Zim.
Yes, add that in.
Oh, they got the Gur air freshener too.
Walking out with now I'm picturing a guy with fucking red face walking out of Hot Topic with like one of those Gur hats.
Mm-hmm.
Just a whole Gur.
Biggest fan of Gur. Except like Gur and Invader Zim has been replaced in Hot Topic by Doctor Who mostly. Like it's mostly Doctor Who, and like Twilight is still going strong there.
How is Twilight still
How is
going?
that even a thing?
It's a love that stands the test of time and
Tickles
eternity.
It tickles little girls' Chinese.
Yes. I know that you're making a South Park reference,
Yes.
but you really need to make sure that you don't stutter when you say it, so then it has actual comedic effect when you deliver the line. Or you could do it like Mickey Mouse.
No. No.
There you go. Yeah. Insidious 1 was alright. Insidious 2 was kind of the same for me. Like
Worse.
Yeah, like it had more kind of creepiness to it because they were doing a little more diving in, but at the same time, like that kind of ruins a lot of the mystery involved. And the more you know, the less you
Get
fear.
scared, yeah.
So
It was more of a mind fuck
yeah,
than a horror flick.
yeah, it was interesting. It like kept my interest in the second movie a little bit more than the first one. Because the first one felt kind of like a generic horror movie, whereas this one was like, all right, we have a story here. We're going to try and make a story. By the way, here's something scary.
Yeah.
And I was like, yeah, okay, whatever. But then we watched Annabelle on Friday as a group.
That's pretty good. We didn't sit as a group.
No, that's okay. That's what happens when we get there within like 5 minutes of the movie starting, so.
True that.
And Megan had to sit next to the most talkative person on the planet.
It's okay, we sat behind like little girls.
Like two 14-year-old girls who just had their periods, so they kept getting up to change their tampons.
Whoa.
That was nice of you.
I was so annoyed.
Clearly.
Literally,
At
and
one
then,
point he was like, yeah, you get up.
Yeah.
Leave.
I was like,
You
please.
can't handle it. You can't handle it. He was so angry.
I was like, that's the level of anger that I was at, that I just went insane. Just please leave. Get up and leave.
Get the fuck out of here.
God. But yeah, our seats were creaking too. Like all the front 4 rows, I feel like all of those seats were creaking, and like they just couldn't fucking sit still. They had too much fucking Coke at snack time.
Oh,
Yeah.
Like Coca-Cola?
Yeah.
okay.
Trying to keep this a family-friendly podcast here, okay?
I shouldn't drink and smoke before then.
Smoke arugula!
But yeah, then you guys had somebody that was sitting like a couple seats away from you.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was like, that was probably her way of dealing with the fact that she was scared. Was that
Oh.
she just is like saying things to herself or whatever. But it just mostly consisted of her kind of narrating what the person's doing and then saying that they're dead afterwards. Like, oh, he's taking out the trash. He's dead. He's dead. He's going into the bathroom. He's dead. Oh, God, he's dead. Oh, don't go in there.
I did scream like a little bitch though at one point.
God, it was so funny.
I still remembered the trailer, so I knew that was coming. But I still thought it was a good
did
effect.
not see the trailer.
Neither did I, so I wasn't expecting it either, but I didn't jump like a little bitch.
God.
Thank you, Dani.
It was just that little girl, and because it's in the previews, we're not like
And he
ruining
was
it.
probably the loudest person in the theater at that point.
No, I realized that after. I was like, fuck.
It was
But
so loud.
She like comes running after her and then turns into older ghost lady or whatever, and then just like within a fucking split second, I'm just like, motherfucker! Like, or did I?
It's a small girl running towards the door, and when she opens the door, like pushes the door open because it was slightly closed. When she pushes through the door, she turns into a full-blown like adult ghost.
And still running at her, like ready to strangle her.
Yeah.
Type of thing. And then you can see it if you watch the trailer for it.
Yeah.
It's in there, but.
Yeah. But in that part of the movie theater, John is fucking. Oh shit!
Okay, I said shit.
Yes, you swore.
Well, I thought I said motherfucker. But no, that's.
No, you said, oh shit!
Sounds like
impeccable.
I'm just picturing myself like standing up and doing it, and then sitting back down. Just the way she describes it, it's so much
hell
more,
no!
so much more intense.
No, it was intense. You don't understand. I was next to you. I heard every single.
I mean, I admit to kind of like shifting in my seat occasionally. Like that's pretty much all that ever happens to me whenever I watch a scary movie or I like play games. Like if I get a jump scare, it's like just makes me kind of jump in my seat, but that's about it. I would be very boring to watch, like playing scary games, because then it'd be like the moments where things chasing me, like yeah. Like that would be it. That would be the extent of my thing. It's not like Markiplier who screams and
screams his fucking head off. Yeah, and I haven't seen many scary movies in like the big screen. And I think it didn't didn't help that we were like in the fourth row, so like,
pretty close.
I'm just like it's like all the way to my right, and then all the way to my left immediately. Fucking head almost fell off.
I think I took more from John's reaction than I did from the movie.
And she like grabbed my arm.
It's fair enough. But you guys like The Conjuring more?
Dude, The Conjuring fucking creeps me out. I can't sleep sometimes when I think about that movie. That movie's no, okay, it's the one part that whatever spoilers or whatnot, but there's a part where the girls are sleeping. I'm not too sure if it was just the two older girls or they're all in one room, but two of the girls are next to each other, and all of a sudden one of the girls' blankets at the end flips over like past her feet, and she like yells at her sister and fixes it, and then all of a sudden does it again. And she yells at her sister and fixes it. And then it does it one more time. And she's like, I thought I told you to stop. And when she like looks up, like her blanket gets ripped completely off. And that's not the scariest part. It's when the fucking family comes to comfort the little girl. And the little girl's like stunned and sees the ghost in the corner of the room behind the door. And no one else sees it.
So that part creeps you out.
That part is the creepiest part in the whole fucking movie, in my opinion.
I think the best part is the clapping game.
Mm-hmm. Oh.
Like that's,
I love it.
Remind me? Because I haven't...
So, like, the hide-and-seek game that they play with the, like, Marco Polo, so basically...
Was that in the beginning?
No, it's throughout the movie.
Oh, okay.
But they do
okay, the family did it, yeah.
Yeah, yeah. It's like... So, for those who haven't seen the movie, basically, it's a game where they play Marco Polo and hide-and-seek in the house. So, they're all in a new house. They don't know, like, the house all that well. They just moved in. One person's blindfolded while everybody hides, and then they get like 3 claps basically. So they say clap, and then the people who are hiding clap their hands, and then using the sound, they make their way to that person who's hiding while still blindfolded. They make it to the person by the time they get their 3rd clap in, and they win. So then that happens several times in the movie, but at one point, it happens when it's just the mom and the youngest daughter in the house alone. And so the daughter wants to play, and mom goes along with it. And so she gets a clap in, follows into this room where there's a wardrobe, and then she says, clap your hands again. And out from the wardrobe, you just see 2 hands clap, and then she makes her way over to the wardrobe and opens it up, and there's nothing in there. But like the whole time, it's super tense because everybody knows that it's not the girl that's clapping her hands.
Yeah.
Okay, I forgot about that part. That part's pretty fucking scary.
I like the crazy chick on the boudoir.
Oh, yeah.
The what? Oh, shit.
The, like, armoire or whatever. Like, the chick that was, like, up there. She was all, like, crouched like a crab.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know that position. Like, when you're, like, just, like...
Yeah, it's a pretty popular position.
Exorcist.
For exorcism stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, the Conjuring still kind of hits all those notes. It kind of ends up still being kind of rudimentary, but I thought that the direction of that movie was good enough that it's like you could kind of get away with
The
it.
direction.
Direction. I thought it was good.
I like that movie a lot.
Jibby thinks it's dumb. And it is, but
It is definitely dumb, but it's still like
it's a horror
entertaining.
movie.
Yeah.
Like you're
Yeah.
not gonna get too many.
You don't
horror
get good
movies
ones
that are-
anymore, really.
Yeah. The
Unless
time
you
of
wanna-
Alien has passed,
Yeah.
and John Carpenter's movies are no longer good. So
I'm not too. I don't have like a huge horror movie database.
well, you've seen Alien,
Yeah, Alien's fucking awesome.
you've seen The Thing, right?
Oh god, we drank so much that night. Sort of saw the thing.
The Thing?
John Carpenter's The Thing.
I don't think I've seen that.
We might have, I think we watched the remake.
Oh, that sucks.
That was with Patrick
I don't-
Swayze? No, it's not Patrick Swayze. I don't know.
What?
It's not Patrick Swayze. It's the same person that everybody gets fucking mixed up with them. It's Kurt Russell.
Kurt Russell, okay.
Kurt Russell's in the original, so. But that's like probably my favorite horror movie ever.
Okay.
Just because it's not even really like it has all the kind of things that go with horror that you would associate with it. It's got gore, it's got kind of the creep factor, and it's got some chilling atmospheric stuff. But it's kind of it all works together so well that it's just creepy. Like it's a movie that I've watched well over a dozen times, and it still kind of makes me like, oh yeah, this is fucking great. This is fucking chilling as hell, dude.
Yeah?
I don't think I've ever actually seen the whole thing.
Well, Halloween's coming up, so
Oh.
Fuck yeah.
it's definitely on the list. Like, I've made it kind of a thing now for every year, which is part of the reason why I had to buy it again. But like every Halloween, I watch it. So
Wait, you lost your first copy or what?
yeah, I don't know what the fuck happened to it. It like disappeared one night. Like, Vince was over and he's like, "Oh man, do you have the thing? I want to watch the thing," like Vince would do. I'm like, "Yeah," and then I start looking for it, and 2 hours later, I'm just upset, and there's no. I was like, I'm pretty sure it like was on a counter somewhere when we had a bunch of people over, and someone walked out with it or something. Because I checked everywhere in this house. I moved couches.
Dang, dude.
I remember that.
I was just pissed. I
That's
was like,
pretty funny.
fucking son of a bitch.
But at least we can still watch Harry Potter.
Yeah, well, fucking fantastic. I
You're
won't,
saved, right? Yeah.
I won't say anything bad about Harry Potter. Megan's not here to defend it, so
Well, I mean, Neil's here.
yeah.
Yeah.
I don't hate Harry Potter.
No.
I just have a lot of issues with it. Like you do. So
Make a new Harry Potter.
Nah,
No more Harry Potter.
J.K. Rowling's going to do that on her own. She announced that she's going to do spin-offs now
Oh, God.
Yeah.
of all the characters. So.
Why?
Why wouldn't she?
Yeah. Yeah, you're right.
I'm excited.
It's still right. Might as well. People will fucking eat
Didn't
that
she
shit.
try and write other stuff, though?
She wrote a horrible freaking horror type fucking thriller book.
Was it set in the same
It's a
universe
mystery.
or?
No, it was like an adult's just mystery book,
Mm-hmm.
but it was the most boring thing I've ever read in my life.
Really?
Yeah.
She-
Well, I haven't I
She
didn't
can
even
do
get to read
witchcraft
all
and
of it.
wizardry.
I like seriously like read like maybe the first page or two, and I was like, I can't do this.
She got too pretentious, I guess.
Was it the
Whatever.
characters or was it just like the pacing was just really slow?
And not even the pacing, it was just the wording and stuff. Everything seemed so bland. Like there was
Yeah,
no
okay.
description. Like there was too much. You know, like it was bad.
Since we're on the subject, what type of reader are you in terms of like when you read books? Do you prefer books that are more narrative driven with like details and stuff that's kind of described, or do you like having the picture painted, or would you prefer to have like just characters telling the story with like more dialogue and kind of moving it that way?
It depends on the author. Like I feel with Harry Potter and stuff, like I got to see it in my mind's eye. If I can connect with what the author is writing, then I can see it automatically. Like when it comes to like Lord of the Rings and stuff, I can't do it.
Really?
Yeah.
I love the fucking Hobbit so much.
The Hobbit's different.
Yeah, I know.
It has a different writing style.
I feel like it sets it up.
I actually read The Hobbit the whole way through. When it comes to like the rest of the Lord of the Rings series, like the Two Towers and all that shit, like I can't do it. It's so.
Return of the King, you mean?
Sorry. I tried, and it was just too descriptive. It was I couldn't picture it because it was so.
Yeah, I can see that.
Set. I don't know.
That was another book. I just went. Yeah, I got that read as a child, so.
Yeah.
That's why it's so engraved in my mind.
Engraved?
My parents were brutal to me as a child.
Damn, dude.
You can't fucking live what I've gone through, man.
Apparently not.
Oh, God.
God damn it.
I'm just gonna inherit my dad's craziness and my mom's bad luck.
Mom has bad luck.
Oh, yeah. Yeah. Every time we go out, she always, like, there's always something. There was something last time where we sat in a seat and it smelled like spilt milk. And she's like, we're moving. And then she, like, talks to the waitress. Then she orders a salad and gets a
big ass hair in it.
Big ass hair in it. She just holds it up and waits for the waitress to come around. So that was like at least 2 or 3 minutes.
There was a hair in her salad.
Yeah, she just straight up got like this long ass hair in her salad and just waited. And she was like, I hate to be this person, but I just found this hair in my salad. I'm like, oh my God, I'm so sorry. And I was like, from being in retail for so long, you see that and you already had to deal with a customer and already like give them like something else or like move them or deal with them in more than a way than you should.
Right.
And I just saw that as like, you motherfucker. Like, was that you? There's no way that was me. Kind of like attitude towards. Did you notice we didn't see that waitress at all after that? She's like, we're gonna comp it, don't worry, and then never saw her again.
So
she'd run past our table.
She wasn't our waitress anymore after they moved us.
Oh, okay. Well, maybe that's fine. Never mind.
So what you're thinking that like after you guys had already complained about the smell in the area,
yeah,
and they moved you, that you thought that they had actually intentionally put that hair in there?
No, I don't think that.
Oh, okay.
I don't know. Accidents happen at the workplace, but it was just like, I don't know. The waitress sounded so annoyed.
Yeah, I mean,
I don't know.
Yeah, we've all worked retail, so
yeah.
we know what it's like to have to deal with people.
I'm just saying. I mean, there's a hair in here.
You guys should know. Like you know,
I should get a drink.
Yeah.
I should get a drink for free. And they're like, of course, and like ran off and got her a drink hella quick.
Yeah, she tries to be nice about it, but her tone comes off as very aggressive.
But it's hilarious. Oh God, love my mom. She's amazing.
She is. She's very entertaining.
Yes. Saw my room the other day. Did not like it.
Well, I mean,
no one would like your room if they saw it the other day.
It's nice now, though, right?
Oh yeah, sure.
It's real.
Getting there.
You got, what, 6 cups out from under your bed?
Oh, yeah, like 6.
I was wondering where all the big ones had gone.
You know, that I will actually take blame for that. Most of the time, though, everybody just brings their fucking cups in my room and just leaves it.
Well, yeah, because we have lazy friends. Most of the time, I'm the one who throws away the freaking beer cans that are filled with ash.
I'm
Gross.
pretty on that sometimes.
So, whatever. Nothing's gonna change.
I don't
even live here, but I try to clean up if I see like beer cans.
Alright, whatever. Boring topic.
Yeah.
Anyway.
You know, I had a fly in my salad once. At BJ's.
Didn't you say that too? Like you had, what restaurant was it though?
My mom went to Wendy's one time and she was eating one of their salads, and she like had cut and ate half of a bee before she realized it was in there. And it was a bumblebee.
Was it like,
It was like
the
a
top
fat-ass
half?
bumblebee. Yeah, I'm pretty sure it was.
That's
So is
good.
She ate the head part.
Yeah, if she ate the bottom part, then she could have had a real problematic time.
Real bad time.
It was bumblebees, though. They
No,
don't have stingers.
Yeah, they do.
Bumblebees? The big fat ones?
Yeah.
They don't
All of them
sting
have
people.
stingers.
Well,
They
they're
all-
more docile, but they still have stingers.
Yeah.
A bee's a bee.
Oh.
And even if it's dead, it could still
I
sting
don't know.
it.
Maybe I just thought that since they don't sting people.
Yeah, they typically don't because they're not
I
aggressive bees.
ran into one. I was riding my scooter when I was like 11, and I was going down a
Like
hill.
the big fluffy one?
Yeah, and it just happened to be going across, and I saw it, and it was fucking this big thing. And I just kind of went right into it, and it hit my hand, and then died.
Oh.
What the fuck?
Poor thing!
Back.
I didn't even mean to.
For America!
What?
I don't know. I just pictured my.
You're just like
the-
acting like a
Cal-
jihadist, but saying America.
Dude, bees are so patriotic.
Yeah, I mean they got stripes and shit, and then if they run into people, they see stars. So it's kind of the same thing.
Yeah, exactly. No, they're just dead after that. They don't see stars. They're just dead. Oh god.
But yes, bumblebees do have stingers, and if you eat one, then it can sting your tongue, and then that can swell up, and then you can't breathe out of your mouth.
That's fun.
Or it can sting your throat, and then your esophagus closes up, and then you can't breathe at all.
Mm.
That would suck.
That's what happened in that movie Anaconda.
Oh.
Instant classic.
That's another movie that I saw here and don't remember much of because you're like, all right, get ready to drink just every time.
Are you sure? I don't recall watching it here, because the last time I
If it
watched
wasn't here, then it was somewhere else playing a drinking game to that.
there's
No,
certainly
I'm sure you watched it here, but I think it wasn't with you.
yeah, it wasn't with me.
It was, I was there.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
And I think it was like Chibi and
yeah.
Dez.
There's certainly a drinking game for that movie, because it's bad.
Yeah.
Anytime Ice Cube just acts like Ice Cube, fucking shit, dude.
Just chucking your beer.
Anytime John Voight's weird accent isn't convincing at all.
Come on, man.
Anytime the snake looks like fucking crap. Like
So every single time.
Like basically CG snake. Like
Did you say?
because that was during the time when CG was just kind of picking up steam in terms of like moving all of the animatronic stuff aside, because they still had animatronics in that movie.
Mhm.
And snakes are notably considered to be the easiest thing to animate in a computer, because it's like a line, and then you just create a wave pattern with it, and they're able to kind of animate that much easier than anything else that you can see in a computer.
Uh-huh.
But it still looks like dog shit. To fucking like. I watched Jurassic Park on Blu-ray recently on a big TV, and that CG still looks better than Anaconda, and it's brightly lit too. Like, hey, you know, it doesn't look great, but
Fuck, that
fucking
that-
still looks way better.
Whoa.
And that was released in like what, 91, 93, I think.
Yeah.
93.
Dude, fucking Jurassic Park. We went to a wedding recently, and the song before, well, the bride was coming to the place.
Bum, 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 bum,
Yeah.
bum, 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 bum.
When you're walking into the brewery, that's
Yeah.
what song was
I was
playing.
like, what the fuck?
It was pretty good.
Nice.
Well, I just at least want it in there. If like, even if the DJ could edit it in and be like, "Welcome to Jurassic Park," and just like every minute, because it was on loop the whole time for
Yeah.
like at least 20 minutes, and I was like,
feel
"This
like
is
I've
awesome."
been to events where that was the case too. I'm not sure where. I'll have to like just think over my memory banks over the next 20 minutes. But I'm pretty sure I heard like the Jurassic Park theme song over and over again. I know that I've heard the Back to the Future theme song, like just
Wait, what's
a
Back to the
10-second
Future?
thing.
I don't fucking remember.
Well, now all fucking Huey Lewis in the News is coming into my head. It's not the power of love. It's the power of love.
all I'm doing is just bobbing my head. That's just how that song goes. That's how you lip sync to that song. You just fucking night at the rock
Square.
concert. God damn it. What's the fucking theme song for it? Because I'm like picturing being on the ride now, and I can't not for the life of me
How's it
think
go?
of Oh God.
Dun, 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 dun.
No.
Ba, 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 ba.
Fucking sounds like Europe.
It's just. Dun, 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 dun.
Okay.
Yeah, it's that thing that I just said was played over and over again when I was in China at the New Year's party.
Oh God.
And they played it for 5 minutes straight as people were finally coming out on stage. I'm just like,
God.
Jesus Christ. And then I heard Gangnam Style 5 times.
Of course, dude.
Fuck.
Because that's the universal song that everyone likes. Everyone loves Psy.
That song wore out its welcome pretty quick.
Yeah, well.
Yeah.
What was funny was watching all the Chinese people dance to that song, because they were the whole big event was since it's New Year's is a big deal over there, all the different departments of that big company had to put on some sort of act or whatever, and it was a contest.
Oh yeah, I fucking remember seeing the videos for that shit.
Yeah.
That was ridiculous.
So some of them had plays that they did, actual screening plays, and then other ones did just mostly dance numbers and stuff. And the Backstreet Boys was used at one point, but
I think that's the one I saw.
But it was I heard Gangnam Style 5 times that night, and 3 times it was used for someone's dance number. So it's just
God.
watching them dance, it was the stiffest choreographed dancing ever. Plus, no emotion on their face. I'm just are you guys having fun? Because shouldn't that be kind of the point that you're doing this?
Yeah.
Nope. It's it's all
God,
business.
if I was at a work meeting and fucking doing that, fuck. If Lego did that and we had to learn some choreographed shit, I would fucking get that shit down.
Yeah.
That'd be hella fun.
I would pay to see that.
Yeah, that'd be pretty entertaining, I'm
Yeah,
sure.
and they're paying to fucking
John
train
would
me, so.
probably take the reins on that, fucking.
Really? No.
Yeah, you would.
No.
Yeah, you would.
Come on, guys, let's get it together here. Go Team Lego, come on.
I can hella see it. You got all your coworkers together. You're no, you gotta pull your arms like this at this point, and then you gotta walk over here and stomp around.
Stop, turn, pivot, and then look with longing eyes into the camera. Longing eyes.
Not longing!
Pull from your chest. Feel the emotion welling within. This bitch just stole a fucking Millennium Falcon from you. It's time to get this shit right, people.
Fuck.
The executives are gonna watch this shit. If we don't get this right, I'm gonna put Lego blocks on the floor, and we can all fucking dance around that, can't we?
I can't even.
Can you imagine people trying to do choreographed dance with a minefield of Legos around them?
You'll learn. You'll learn real quick.
Do it better, and I can take the blocks away.
I'm such a dictator.
Uh-huh. I'm sure if Desiree was here, she could probably agree with all that.
I'm not bad.
That was convincing.
Yeah, that was definitely real good there.
Fuck you guys. That's all I have to say about that.
So we had a couple shows this past weekend.
Oh God, don't talk about the shows.
Where?
First one I black out at. Second one, no one shows up. No, huge turnout in the beginning. Huge turnout. I was like, wow, there's actually a lot of people here. Oh, everyone's here for the game. Okay, bye guys. Oh shit. And then good amount of people, but first band had a ton of people, and then they just kind of left.
And took their crowd with them.
Yeah. But they were pretty sick. I was super surprised. Sounds super different than listening to the recordings that they had online before.
Yeah, I mean, listening to, we'll just go in chronological order.
Book of Lies.
Yeah, we'll go all the way back to the first night, and I'll help you remember what you may have missed out on.
Let's not talk about the first night. I don't remember it. All right.
So the first night we were in Oakland, at Eli's Mile High Club.
Fucking amazing venue. That place is, can never go back.
Nope. Thanks to you. I mean,
You
it's
weren't banned, were you?
We're not
No,
banned,
no,
but I
it
just
was-
would not want to go back.
John would probably want to have like constructive surgery or something to change that. So, anyways, Eli's Mile High Club in Oakland.
Yes. Go.
So the bands that played that night. So the opening band was 42.
They're pretty cool.
Yeah, I always like listening to them. They're fun.
She's so fucking good at drums.
Shit.
Brother sister band. It was really cool.
And then after them was the band that should have headlined.
What the fuck, dude?
Like it was a band on tour. Like originally these dates were set up between us and this band called Thorns of Creation from Portland, or not Portland, but just up in Oregon.
Yeah,
I think
up
they're
in Oregon
Bend.
somewhere.
And they were supposed to come down, but then they had some difficulties with their vehicle and they couldn't make it. So we still played the shows, but I had to like get some people to replace them. So effectively, 42 replaced them. And then the other band that was on tour for that night was Enslaved to Creation. And
Yeah, they were fuck.
and everybody had already listened to them beforehand, and we all knew that they were good. And then we listened to them live, and it was like, fuck, these guys are really good. Why did they have to go second? Why couldn't they have just headlined like the original plan?
I remember fucking watching them play and being up there with God damn it, like spacing on his name, from lead singer of Kill the Messenger.
Adam?
With Adam. God damn it. With Adam, and just being like looking at each other, and we both basically said the same thing. Like, I give up. Like, I can't. Why am I even playing guitar? Like, what the fuck?
Yeah, those guys are crazy.
They're instrumental and no singer, and just like fucking just leads. Whole songs that were just leads, and it was amazing.
Very strong on the music theory thing. Like,
Fucking A.
a lot of different influences, and it was just like, just go check them out if you like metal at all and you just want to hear what music theory and metal sounds like, because that's pretty much it. Because there's no singing, it's just all instrumental stuff, and they didn't really need it to kick the shit out of everybody else there.
Oh my god. They're amazing. I wish you saw them, Danielle.
Well, what happened that they didn't headline?
They just didn't want to headline. It was really funny. That's the first show I've ever played where there's a problem with headlining. Like, Kill the Messenger didn't want to go on last. Enslave the Creation didn't want to go on last. 42 was just there already, so they were already set up, so they were going to go on.
Yeah.
So,
I mean, we didn't want to headline either, but it's
Yeah.
like, that was partially because we were going to headline the next night anyways.
yeah. They didn't want to
So-
do 2 nights in a row. But Kill the Messenger headlined.
And they got cut short, unfortunately, by about one song. They still had like 5 minutes left according to the time that they had designated for us, but they got cut short regardless.
Yeah, they're in a residential area. But anyway, okay, so Enslaved the Creation was sick, and then it was us after that. Yeah, we were okay. How was that? How was our set?
I kind of agreed with Vince in that, like, the first couple songs were just okay. It was like, all right, we're here. And then the second batch of songs, we started to pick up a bit more, and then by the end, I think we kind of nailed it down.
Cool.
So, like, Vince and I, we both agree that it was a pretty good set, but I think we also both agree that Terminal Prognosis should be an encore song strictly, not an opener.
Yeah.
Stone Skull's a better opener.
Yeah.
So
Okay. So then we played, and I remember one song from Kill the Messenger, and Kill the Messenger was playing, and I walked up on stage, walked over to the drummer. No, I gave everyone some of my beer. They all drank it. Went over to the drummer. He drank it. Fucked up on a beat. Then I stood there for a second and being like, yeah. And then went to go walk off and fell off.
yes, that second was about
And then I got
a
up.
minute and a
That's all I
half,
remember.
2 minutes. It was most of a song.
Just standing up there enjoying it.
Yep, and we were all sitting off to the side going, "Get off the stage, buddy," waving our hands, and you were there enjoying your beer until you finally left the stage. But you had a lot to drink that night, and you didn't realize
Yeah.
it.
No clue.
Like, I counted up the amount of beers that you probably had, like the equivalent of it, including the 40, starting from when we left here to the end of that night, and it was close to around 18 to 20 beers worth.
Damn.
Holy
You had a sandwich
fuck.
to eat before we left? Because, like, over the course of the night, you had the 40, which is about, like, 3 or 4 beers, essentially.
Yeah. Awesome.
So we'll just put that on this thumb here as we're counting this up. So we get there. Everybody gets drink tickets. You got 2.
No, I give one to Chris.
Oh, you gave one to Chris. Okay. So you get one from there, and then I let you have mine.
No, those are... No.
Because you came up and gave them to me, and I said I don't want them. So then you took them.
Yeah, no, I gave it to Chris.
Yeah, well, didn't you get your own drink tickets?
Yeah,
too?
no, so I got one, yeah.
So you had 2.
Okay, yeah.
Okay. So you had 2. Then you got a free beer from my friend, whom I was talking to while we were there.
I remember that.
And then after that, over the course of the night, I saw you with at least 4 or 5 different beers in your hand. In the glass. So that's
9?
So right now that's, we'll say 9. Plus the 2 Tecates that you brought on stage during our set.
Yeah.
So that's 11. And then there was some mix-up with someone shot or whatever
Oh, fucking...
that you stole from Desiree, apparently.
I apparently bought Desiree a shot. She took half of it and then went to the bathroom, came back, and this guy that was as drunk as me or even drunker, I apparently gave that shot to that guy because he bought a demo for $5. Or he was going to buy a demo.
Yes.
And Desiree went to go grab her shot, and I was like, hey, that's for him. And she's like, no, it's not. You bought it for me. And I'm like, no, it's for him. I'm serious. And she's like, fuck, all right. And then walked away, and then saw that the guy gave me money for his CD, and she's like, oh, okay. But yeah.
Yeah, so with the 40 counting up for 4 beers, that's like 16. So you're lowballing it. I don't know if you had any more than that. I don't know if you had any less. It was all kind of unconfirmed because I wasn't hanging out with you the entire time. And then you were fucking shit-faced, and you made it home without puking in Henry's car, which was good.
Oh, thank God. I don't want to clean that car. It's his mom's car, too, so that would have sucked.
Yep. And then they brought you home, and I got back here because I took Bart with Vince. And I got back here probably about a half hour after they had dropped you off. Maybe a little longer. And you were having trouble in your bed.
Oh, God.
I remember you saying, I don't know how this happened.
That's pretty good.
And I said, I do. I watched the whole thing. And then you fell out of your bed and started puking into the garbage can, which Sessa had left out for you. And by that time, you had already made a mess in the bathroom and puked in the sink, and they'd already cleaned that up a little bit.
Yeah, and he left that trash can by the bed for like 4 days.
Yeah, I was coming up with a riddle. Like, how many days does it take for John to bring a fucking garbage can filled with puke out?
I had to tell him to take it.
Whatever.
Puke!
I didn't know there was puke.
Morning, and I was like,
This is seriously the first time. I know. I realized when I took it out of there and took the trash out, but I was told that I did not puke in there. I was like, did I puke in my room? I think I asked Sessa.
Yeah, that was the wrong person to ask there.
Yeah. And he's like, no, you didn't, and it's because he wasn't there. And yeah.
Yeah, he was. He watched you puke with me. Both of us saw it, so he lied to you. He's a liar.
Great.
he's a liar. He's a liar.
I'm pretty sure he was just making his joke about your alter ego that was apparently doing all the puking. What was her name? Sophia or something?
What?
It was like the story that he was telling everybody, like, you had puked, but then when they were, like, helping you, you're like, it's not me, it's Sophia, she's out of control.
Really? Oh.
So that's just what I've heard from Sessa along those lines, because I don't really pay attention all the time.
Who
But
the fuck is Sophia?
hey, that's a good question. Apparently it's your alter ego, and it's apparently what I believe everybody has heard about that story who is at the bar the following night, because you were the talk of the town there about all that stuff.
I was just, second show, I just went in just apologizing left and right.
Yes.
Yes. But that was a good show. I feel like we were more together on that show. I didn't drink that much.
Yeah, no, it's nice when everyone's sober.
Hey,
It is.
I'm not the only one who's drinking.
No, I know. We've had shows where other people in the band were not all together, and it was not very good. So it's nice when everyone's sober for a change and we actually sound good.
Too bad nobody's fucking there. Dude, I heard Desiree's brother was just like, bro, like, are they seriously about to play right now? Fucking, I just saw Vince smoke. Like, are you kidding me? Like, these guys have been smoking all night. And she's like, yeah. That's how they do it.
Haven't you ever heard of Dimebag Darrell? He only played best after, like, a fifth of Jack Daniels.
Right? But yeah, dude, he came over to each of us and like gave us like a handshake. I noticed when he came over to me, he was just like stared at me for a second and went, dude, fucking good show. Like, I was like, yeah, thanks. And he kind of just turned around and left. I was like, cool.
I thought we did okay. Like, from what I hear, like, my vocals were too loud, and everybody else was kind of drowned out a little bit.
A little bit, but I was fine.
Yeah.
It was a cool show.
And we played a shorter set because I was like, all right, we're not going to play this song.
Yeah, fuck that. Yeah, we played fucking Doppelganger. That song's fucking long.
Fucking long, being 5 minutes.
Yeah, it's so long, dude. If we ever make a 9-minute song, I will kill someone.
It's going to happen.
Oh, someone's gonna die. Hopefully it's Nick.
You know it's going to happen because we have Henry coming up with all the sludge riffs.
Dun dun dun.
That new slow one, man, it's going to be a trial for me to figure out what to do with that one. Like, I don't want to sit there and scream the whole time.
I think you should scream the whole fucking time.
No, I don't think it works.
Just have it instrumental some parts. Or have Vince do it.
Yeah, right. Everybody gets their own solo.
No, I took my solo out.
All right.
I was like, this is way too fucking long.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, it's a
We'll
cool
work
song.
on that one.
It's a cool song still.
Everybody likes our newest one, the breadsticks.
Alright, sorry.
It's called Pretentious Waiting at the Olive Garden.
Apparently, a couple people already knew it. Like it was
I
about, like they're like the breadsticks part. That was pretty good. And I was like, whoa.
Well,
You can hear Ariel hell
yeah,
bit.
when we're live, they can hear me a little bit better. But it's pretty much the only part of that song that I actually like know by heart. The rest of the time, I'm making up lyrics as I go.
I just saw. I've seen the lyrics on a piece of paper before. All I know of this
I
song.
can't wait this long for breadsticks. No,
It's like the whole song.
pretty much. It's just, I can't believe that the line's at the door. I can't believe that the line's at the door.
Yeah, that was a good show though. Book of Lies was amazing. I really liked them. They just really reminded me of Modest Mouse.
Yeah. I mean, Henry described him as typo negative, but I don't really like typo negative. So
I fucking hate that band.
I don't know. I just I could never get into him. Book of Lies, if they sound on their recordings like they do live, then I would probably just listen to that all the time while I'm reading or something, because it's pretty chill background music, and especially when Chris started playing the beat a little bit faster, I started really going, yeah, this is really good.
Yeah.
But,
They said that was their first show with Henry.
Oh, really?
And I was like, holy shit, dude, that adds such another dynamic to it.
Yeah, Henry's bass was definitely pretty important.
Yeah. It's hella funny just seeing someone who's in our band who plays sloppily. Really sloppily. Just because he's like, look, John, and just staring at me. And then he went to a band where he's playing 4 notes the whole song. And it's a 7-minute song.
On bass.
On bass. Fuck you, Henry.
But he's brings his arm like a full foot down from the bass because he's just strumming it with such force. It just.
He gets to play a fretless bass. I mean, the fretless bass looks fucking nice.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's a good show. It was unfortunate that the turnout was somewhat low for that, despite the various promises that we were made.
Dude, if we play on the 25th, like I have no clue. Like I have no clue. At this point, we're just playing to like get that we played at this place on our record.
It doesn't really help us all that much.
Yeah. You get to meet people. Certain people are there. Whatever.
Well,
yeah. Yeah.
I don't know if we should play on the 25th just because of how quick it's coming up and we still don't know any details.
Well, everybody's got the date off.
Yeah, all of us do, but what's the... Like, if we can't pull anybody else there,
well,
we're
at
just
the
banking on
same time,
other people.
We don't want to ditch out on this guy that is kind of counting on us because he said he couldn't get any other bands, so there was going to be 3 bands. But if he wants us to play, then that's what we got to go off of. I think
I'm fine doing it. It's just
I don't want to get the cops called either.
I don't want to ruin that guy's business either.
Yeah, right.
Like if
we'll see. But Orstro is fucking played there. Orstro was played there and the cops did not fucking come.
They're pretty loud.
They're so fucking loud.
Henry turns his amp up to 11 every time.
And then his bass amp up to 12. Playing out of 2 of them.
Yeah, that's right.
And Chris is fucking loud as shit. And fucking Carlos is screaming. Sometimes... I love Carlos. They made a new song where Orchestra is a band that just has like 30-second songs and are just pure noise. That's all they want to be. But I saw them in the studio a while back, and they made like a minute song, and like the last 30 seconds is Carlos going and I'm like, oh my god, what the fuck? He's like, no, it sounds good. It's right the right pitch, like with Henry playing and everything like that. And I'm like, dude, you're kind of right. It sounds good.
Real nice, bro.
It's funny though. I love it because it does work for them, and it just sounds funny. And I love that they're having a good time. When they played at the last Waiting on the Moon show, like Carlos was like, all right, for this next song, everyone has to do cartwheels. If you don't know how to do a cartwheel, and then he does a cartwheel, that's how you do a cartwheel. So ready, everybody. 1, 2, 3, 4, go, Chris! And then they start the song, and he just starts doing cartwheels like in the front of it. Like 2 people try it. Yeah. Orchestra can play there. We can play there. Hopefully.
Yeah, we'll see. What day is the 25th? Is it a Saturday?
It is a Saturday.
It's next Saturday.
Yes, it is. So
Shit.
I'm going to call him on Wednesday and then tell him, can we play it?
Yeah.
Or go from there. Because I don't know how much we can tone down. Yeah. But yeah. Sick show. I really love
everybody
that place.
plays acoustic, and then I just scream without a microphone.
No, fuck that. Fuck that. This is not MTV's Unplugged.
That would be so interesting to have you guys play like acoustically.
Yeah, I just sing all the words instead.
That'd be so bad. We're not a perfect circle. Would we slow the tempo down, or would it just be the same speed? Of just like
I think we would go half speed.
It
would be half speed, like
It'd be double time.
yeah.
So instead of like, I'm trying to think of it. It'd be double time. Get my acoustic guitar and do that.
I'll You have to like mimic it without a distortion. It'd be dun, dun,
Oh God.
I can't believe that the line's out the door. I can't believe that the line's out the door. I can't wait this long for breadsticks.
Yeah, I can't play that song. I can't play that song that fast. Wait.
Alright, if you do that, do it on the couch. We're trying out a new mic setup because I made some makeshift soundproofing thing behind the microphone. Like, I figured out more stuff about using soundboards, but I'm still not there yet. Okay.
I can't even fucking do an acoustic guitar at normal speed. Oh, God damn it. Half speed, yeah, I can do that, yeah.
Yeah, try it.
Thank God for Henry. Where would I be without Henry? Just like not know how to tremolo pick. That would be weird if we really did an acoustic set though.
Should do it sometime.
Yeah.
Just figure it out.
We haven't thrown like a big party in a long time. We should try
It
to
has
do
been a
that.
while.
It should be a thing. I would really want to see that.
You okay there, Dani?
Yeah. Pee.
Podcast.
Alright, well, we talked about Hounds of Innsmouth enough for right now. Let's talk about other shit.
What's other shit?
Well, you've been playing a lot of video games since July 4th, as have I. So let's talk about fucking video games.
Alright. Can't remember what the fuck it's called though.
Well, you played through Uncharted 2 and 3.
Uncharted, yes. Uncharted 2 is amazing. 3 just drags on. It's good, but it's just like, not as good as 2.
There were some other games that I lent you during that time. There was like the Spider-Man games.
Oh God, the Spider-Man games are so awesome. The one where you get to choose like dark or good side.
Yeah, the
That one is
Web of
just
Shadows.
that one's just so horrible that it's fun.
Yeah.
Like,
That's part of the reason why I own it. Because I remember playing it and being like, you know, this game's got some solid mechanics. And it's kind of fun. But holy shit, the story sucks balls.
right? It's like there's no point. I'm still a good guy at the end of this. I just chose a different path.
Yeah.
Should have just been like, do you go left or do you go right?
Well, that's the problem I have with like video game designs when they're like, oh, do you choose to be good or evil? It's always like this black and white sort of decision-making thing where it's like the entire outcome of the story just hinges on you making a single decision. It's like, that's not real life.
Yes.
Like, what the fuck? Like, all it takes is just, I choose to be evil here. You can still be like in your red and blue suit, and you can choose an evil direction, or you can be in the black and white suit and choose a good direction. It doesn't make a fucking bit of difference.
Yeah, right?
But they just say like, oh, if you're in the dark suit more often, people perceive you differently, and it's like,
I don't really care about the people
Yeah,
walking
like,
around in the
I
street.
could go around and kick the shit out of every civilian I see as Dark Spider-Man, and then still choose to save Mary Jane, and I'll be a good guy.
Yeah.
Like, this is
Yeah,
fucking
fuck you,
stupid.
Gabe. I was always because you can choose to be the Black Spider-Man and get like really good hits in, and like you take people down quicker. But Red Spider-Man had just all the quicker attacks.
Yeah, it was acrobatic and flashy and shit.
Yeah.
The dark suit was all like a powerhouse thing where you just fucking slaughtered dudes in 3 hits.
Yeah.
It was a fun game. It was buggy. It was ugly. It wasn't a very good looking game at all, but it was fun regardless.
I think the only thing that matters in choosing the good side red or the bad side black is that at the end when you fight Venom, like that's the one suit that you have to fight with, right?
Yeah, I don't remember.
I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I think that's the only.
That's the only time, because that's the only time where I'm like, all right, switch to the other Spider-Man. He can fight a little bit quicker. I'm like, nope. Like, oh.
But then, like, you still get a last-minute decision to do something with Venom, and the outcome is the exact same thing. It's just, like, are you a nice guy or a bad guy thing, and it still doesn't even matter.
Like, he's going to die regardless. Fuck it.
It's a piece of shit game, but it was a lot of fun. And then there was the other Spider-Man game.
Danielle, like, crawl... I feel like we should just say you crawled into the room because of the way you got on the couch.
She yogaed her way onto the couch.
Namaste.
Yeah.
Anyway, what?
The other Spider-Man one, the Shattered Dimensions one.
That one was fun in the retrospective, like, doing all sorts of different, like, kind of games. And, like, they had... What?
That made sense.
No, it's because they're all fighting games, but it's all different types of fighting games.
Well, adventure games. Fighting games are like...
Well, okay, yeah. All right.
Soul Calibur.
Fighting adventure games, whatever.
Yes.
All right, yeah, it isn't Soul Calibur, you're right. Relate everything to Soul Calibur.
But they tried different things with the different Spider-Man characters. So it's like you had the regular Amazing Spider-Man with Neil Patrick Harris's voice.
Amazing! Nah, that one wasn't the best story.
No, it wasn't. It was pretty boring and very rudimentary. Then you had the 2099, and that was mostly Falling.
Who voiced that one?
I don't know, but I remember hating that one just because it
sounded really familiar.
Yeah, it was a familiar voice, but I just hated that. Like, I didn't like the designs of the levels, and I thought that the fucking, I don't know, like, I hated listening to his quips more than any other Spider-Man of the game.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're all bad.
Yeah, they're all bad, but that one was especially bad for me.
All right, and then there was the past, the Noir.
Yeah, Spider-Man Noir. That one I enjoyed because I like stealth games, and I liked the Batman sort of stuff that they did. But, I mean, it was also the most different from the rest, which is part of the reason why I liked it, but...
That one was just, yeah, I learned really quickly that you just have to fucking sneak around the whole motherfucking time.
I just liked it because it was the most different, and it was the newest thing. Like, 2099 already existed, so all those characters were already drawn up that way, but Noir was completely new for that game.
Okay, I didn't know that.
Like, none of the character designs had been seen before that game.
Oh, okay.
So it was like, this is kind of cool. And it was voiced by the voice actor who did the old cartoons series in the 90s. That was on Fox.
Oh, okay,
so
cool.
it was like a little nostalgic value for me because that was like one of my favorite cartoons back in the day.
Alright, well that makes it sound a little bit better. It's still stealthiness, it's just annoying sometimes.
Yeah, no, if it's not done right, it's kind of shitty. And that game certainly didn't do it the best.
Yeah.
It was competent, but lacked a lot of other things.
So is that all of them? Oh, and then there's the Venom one.
Yeah, the one in the dark suit that was supposed to be Ultimate Spider-Man, which I found to be one of the more satisfying ones just because you were in the dark suit. You could just wail on dudes. It was relatively easy, and I think he had the best levels, like the Deadpool level.
Yeah. Oh my fucking god, the Deadpool level. I beat that game. I beat that level and just played it again.
Yeah, the Deadpool level is really fun. It's one of those things.
Did you ever see that level when I played it?
No, I'm mad that I didn't.
Oh.
It's pretty good.
I'll play it again.
I love him.
I love Pool. Dead.
You're gonna get the Deadpool video game?
Is there one?
Yes, there is one. It's already
Really?
out, and it's not very good, but it's there. It exists.
When did it come out?
I can't imagine that being good because he's so chaotic. Like,
Yeah, it's
character,
kind of
but
that's
that
pretty
would
much
be-
what every reviewer said about it too. It's like, how do you rein in a character who's supposed to be kind of pure chaos and kind of make a video game out of it? But it like had a lot of the right ideas involved, I feel like, but they just probably ran out of money, couldn't execute on everything. Because the plot is essentially Deadpool is trying, if I can remember this correctly, Deadpool is trying to make the Deadpool video game. And, like,
That's
someone,
pretty appropriate.
well, yeah, it's all fourth wall breaking. So then he's, like, kidnapping people who are, like, the developers and stuff to try and make them make the video game. And at some point he gets his voice actor, Nolan North, and calls him up on the phone and makes threats. So it's the voice actor threatening himself. So it's like there's stuff there that's very Deadpoolish and it seems like kind of cool, but at the same time it just is kind of one note that doesn't quite change, and
Yeah.
I believe it's a long game and it wears out its welcome after a while.
Oh, okay, yeah.
You might still have fun, like, I don't know.
You'd probably have fun. You'd love it.
It's supposed to be
You
a
like
mindless
Deadpool
beat 'em
a
up.
lot.
You just shoot and hit dudes with a sword a lot, so
Yeah, see? She plays the fucking Lego games where you just have to beat shit up to get all the coins. And
Oh
like,
my god, I get all the coins.
just I'm like visiting her and for like she's like, I have to get to 2200, and she's like I don't know, I'm gonna say like
No,
180.
I needed 250,000
Oh,
coins to
God.
get a particular character because I needed to go back and only that character can break open these certain shiny objects so I can get more coins and more achievements.
I love how you're
Okay.
admitting that you can open shiny things.
What?
You said so he can open shiny like compartments or whatnot.
Yeah, there's like shiny blocks that you can't open or you can't break. You have to have like bombs or fireworks to open in the game.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
And you can't just like break them with like regular swords or anything like that. You have to have like those items.
So have you played every single Lego game,
Yes.
even the Lego Movie video game?
There's a Lego Movie video game?
Yep.
of course there is.
What?
Fuck.
So Danielle has not played all of them.
I didn't even know that one was released.
Yeah. Why wouldn't it be a thing?
I don't know. I didn't know that it came out though. You should let me know. You're the one that works there. God. You should have your girlfriend updated at all times with Lego video game product knowledge. Okay?
We don't get
Piece
them
of
at the-
shit.
We don't get them at the store.
Well, you should learn it just for me.
Shut down. Oh God.
What were the other games that I lent you? I lent you
Uh,
Bulletstorm, which you just gave back to
Oh
me because you
God.
couldn't get through that.
Bulletstorm is such a waste of time. If you just want to run through and fucking shoot shit and fucking kill people in weird ways, then I guess yeah. But there's only so many environmental like deaths that are around you. There's like spikes on the wall. You kick somebody into an explosion. You helium tanks and stuff like that.
A lot of people really like that game, but I just was like, this is just a gimmick. Like, there's no substance here. This is just a gimmick to, like, you can kill people with style. Like, okay, cool. I mean,
You haven't been doing it before, and you should be doing it now.
yeah, like, I don't fucking understand the whole point. Like, oh, you can kick dudes into spiked plants, and you can do all these other things that are really cool. And like, okay. That should really just be kind of like an afterthought type of thing.
Right?
It shouldn't really be like the main focus of the game. I don't know. Like, I want your shooting mechanics to be solid, and I want like everything else to be solid. And then if you're like, hey, what if we made these plants that could eat people and you could kick dudes into it? You're like, all right, sure, throw that in. Like, that's what it should have been. Instead of it's like, all right, what other fucking things can we think of? We can freeze dudes. We can whip them up in the air and then drop kick them. shit, what
Let's
else?
just make that happen a lot.
Yeah, it was just like, fuck. It was the same shit over and over for like 10 hours, and it's just like, alright, cool, thanks. And the shooting wasn't that satisfying either.
No.
It was just like, yeah.
I didn't want a new gun. I was like, it's not going to get better.
The only thing that I enjoyed doing was the fucking curving the bullet shit for the sniper rifle, which you may not have gotten to. But that was like, you get a sniper rifle, and then you can basically change the trajectory of the bullet like in that fucking movie Wanted.
Oh, God.
And shoot at dudes. But...
Oh, squeeze me, please.
Oh,
should
God.
sample that for a song.
Right? Don't squeeze me, please.
What else was there?
Arkham Asylum I'm playing right now. That
Good
thing's
game.
intense. It's pretty cool. It's easy to play. It's like just being. It's exactly like all of the hide in the dark games. It's just if I can kill the dude without anybody other without any of the other dudes seeing you.
So, have you figured out the combat system yet?
Hell no.
It's really not that difficult, but I know that a lot of people, like when that game was first coming out, we had a demo, and I was still working at GameStop, but we had a demo in the store, and it was just basically like you just fight some dudes.
Yeah.
And that's really not most of the game, but that was what they had. So, played it, I'm like, okay, so you can pretty easily just beat up dudes, but then they give you like the counters, and then there's this little like number that keeps popping up, and then it's like it took me about 5 minutes to go, oh, okay, so they want you to build up this multiplier thing that you have, and then you can do really cool things. So have you gotten that out of it?
Nope, I'm like 14 to 15%.
Okay, so the thing is that with every connected hit that you do in a combo, which is marked by those numbers coming up,
Yeah.
so when you get to, like, after you've leveled up Batman a few times, you can start doing these cool moves. And not to mention the fact that his animations get fancier and fancier every time. So, like, just hitting dudes square, 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 over and over and over again. If you get up to, like, 10 or more, he's not just, like, punching dudes. He's doing, like, flip kicks and shit. And that's doing more damage. So, the longer you can keep that multiplier going, the more damage you do each time. And then with, like, the counters and stuff, when you press triangle, and then dude's, like, swinging at you and he catches him, like, if you were to do that as the first hit, he just blocks the thing and then pushes them usually. But, like, after 10 or more, like, he breaks their arm type of shit. So it's, like, it gets worse and worse for them as your number goes up.
I don't kill people, I just cripple them.
Yeah, well, yes, that's what Batman does. And he doesn't realize that. He's a bad man. But as you get, like, more abilities, then you can start getting, like, disabling moves. So then you get 10 plus, and then you press circle and triangle together, and he'll just run up to dudes and just twist their leg in a direction that it's not supposed to go. And they're out. Like, it doesn't matter if you've hit them at all that entire time. They're done. You've just crippled that person for life.
He just, like, shuts up because he's like, I'm already fucking dead. Like, yeah, go ahead.
So that's the thing, is it's a pretty simple combat system, but it's also, like, the most satisfying, because if you actually think about trying to be fancy with it, and you get good at being fancy with it, fucking mop the floor with so many dudes. And it's pretty satisfying.
Yeah. I was disappointed with Bane. I wanted Bane later.
Everybody really likes Bane. I've never quite understood the...
It's just because, like,
Bane love.
he's so built up. He's so built up to be, like, the chemical venom that's going into him is just, like, supposedly giving him, like, super fucking powers, like, super strong. So I just would think that he's a little bit higher than Poison Ivy. Maybe.
I don't know, Poison Ivy controls, like, plants. There's a lot of plants on the fucking
Yeah,
planet.
I know. But, I mean, still, he, like, if he's that strong, like, as they're saying, with the venom and stuff, he can just get through all those plants like nothing.
Bane's just not the threat that he was when he was first introduced.
Yeah.
Because he's dumb by this point.
Yeah. Exactly.
Bane was supposed to be smart, and then he overdosed on venom and got dumb. So, I believe that's the story behind him.
Yeah.
I'm sure that if we actually get big enough and we have people listening to this shit, I'll get corrected at some point or another. But my understanding,
to my, that's why
to my knowledge, he was smart, he broke Batman's back,
Yeah.
and then he overdosed on venom and got dumb. And by the time Arkham Asylum is supposedly taking place, I believe all that shit has already happened according to the canon. So Bane is dumb now.
I mean, who could not think that, man?
No one.
No one.
No one cannot think
No
that.
one. Oh, yeah? Can't remember what else I played. Fall of Resistance, Fall of Man.
Oh yeah, you played that a while ago.
That was a really fun game, but it's just like a shoot 'em up. It's trying to be. What was the first Call of Duty?
Call of Duty.
God damn it.
The-
Not sorry.
The first one that mattered to you?
Yeah, the first. I'm sorry. The first one that had zombies in it. What was that one?
Oh, that was World at War.
World at War. I felt like that game was very much like World at War.
Okay, so you're saying Resistance, Fall of Man was like Call of Duty, World at War, mostly the zombie section, or just the rest of the game?
Just no, the rest of the game.
Okay.
Like doing the story mode in each one is just like a little bit kind of predictable. Like they'll get you every once in a while, and you're like, oh shit, didn't know they were around that corner. But that's pretty much it. Just big boss battles too.
Mm-hmm.
It was just different because it was an alien monster rather than a huge tank or like a couple tanks.
Right.
But yeah, still a really good game.
Yeah, it was,
Cool story behind it. I mean, they really got involved in it.
yeah, they put some effort into that. I thought it was a decent game for what it was.
It was cool walking through at like the end, near the end of the game where you're walking through like the vault where they take the humans up, like through. It looks like through like a suction tube. The human comes up and then gets injected with something and then turns into one of the aliens and gets sucked up again.
Mm-hmm.
That was pretty crazy.
And they get pooped out somewhere.
Right. Just get shot out into battle.
Sorry.
What was that?
I'm like grossing myself out.
Are you popping something?
No. I'm trying to get the scab underneath my nail to come out.
Ew.
But it's like underneath, it's like by my, what is that called? Hicka.
Hicka?
No, it's a hyponychia. Hyponychia?
I'm offended.
I think that's what it's called.
I'm kind of offended.
Hyponychium?
I have no idea. All I
It's that
know
like
is-
layer of skin that attaches your nail to your actual skin.
Mm.
It's like a sticky layer.
She learned so much medical jumbo.
Whatever.
Medical jumbo.
Apparently. But, I'm like, ugh, it's like underneath my skin. And I keep touching the tip of the blood blister.
Mm-hmm.
And it like moves.
Tell us more.
It's disgusting. It's just like, it's like a hard nub of blackness at the end of my pinky. Every time I touch it, it just like moves solidly. The whole tip of my hand. I can't feel it, but it looks disturbing when I stab it. Like, ugh.
Happy Halloween, everybody.
Danielle is already prepped.
She's got her costume.
I know, for real. Two-Face.
Freddy Cougar.
Freddy Cougar. My whole face isn't like that, though. It's just half.
You can be half him before he was burnt.
You could be half Goku, Super Saiyan, because he loses his eyebrows at Super Saiyan 3.
There you go.
So it's like,
But it's growing back. I don't
No,
know.
you gotta roll with it. We gotta make it worse.
It's not like you could shave it, though.
you're like Super Saiyan 2.5.
Mm.
Caca carrot cake? Faggot!
God, Oni cartoons. Alright, yeah, they're hella cool.
What you Ouija board?
No.
Put on your shots, Silly. You and me's going on an adventure.
So talking about Ouija boards, Danielle's super into those.
Super ready to go see that movie, huh?
I'll probably watch it.
You guys said
I'll
that
be terrified, but I'll probably watch it.
Annabelle was like the first horror movie that you kind of like,
Saw in
watched
movie
in the
theaters,
theater.
yeah. And it wasn't. I
Would you,
didn't really get scared.
would you say that it's a scarier experience at the theater or in the house? Because it would make more sense if it's scarier when you're at home, because then you're not
Right?
surrounded by people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
What happens if like halfway through the movie, of like The Conjuring. Just like the minute that bedroom scene happened, it just like the TV turned off.
Well, I've had experience with that. Like the first time I ever watched Paranormal Activity, like the first one when that came out, I was in a haunted house. I was in the city, and it was my friend Kevin and Kimmy's house, and they've like had some serious like activity in their house where like they went to the bathroom and the guy was brushing his teeth, and all of a sudden like he saw like the shower curtain move, and he turned around and it looked like there was someone like putting their hand like this on the shower curtain. And they've seen like an apparition in their house before and like all that shit. And then when we were watching the movie, there was like 4 of us in the room, and no one else was in the house. And all of a sudden, when the movie was over, this light was on, and we were like, "What the fuck?" And so like they went to go turn it off, and they're like, "Wait, this is a light where you have to open this door, and then the light switch is on the inside of this cabinet because it's on like the end of a bed, the side things. I forget what they're called.
Yeah.
And two.
Yeah, whatever. So you have to like open up the door.
Such a simple name.
And it's like on top of the thing, and then you have to close the thing again. But it was all closed, and the light was just on. So it was like fucking trippy. We were all freaking out, and I couldn't sleep for like a week. After I saw it, seriously, like a week, I was having terrible nightmares. I couldn't fall asleep. I was too nervous. I don't like ghost stories and shit like that.
After just telling one.
Like, I saw The Woman in Black, and that was the scary
The one with Daniel Radcliffe.
Yeah.
I saw that movie in theaters.
I didn't see that movie at all.
It's just
Daniel Radcliffe.
He's Harry Potter.
Harry Potter.
Yes, that's
No, I know who. Fuck you guys. I know who that is.
I saw that movie, and then we hopped over to Ghost Rider 2.
Oh, God. Oh, that's when he pisses fire.
Yes.
Oh, God.
That was a good day. It was a very good day.
Yeah. It's not a very good movie.
Oh, none of them are.
It was okay.
No.
She's talking about Woman in Black.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were talking about Ghost Rider 2.
Oh, no.
She's a Nicolas Cage fan. That movie's like solid gold for her.
Only because he's so terrible.
Yeah. That movie's good.
I seriously cannot wait until Left Behind comes out so I can pirate it and watch it through a cam to make it even more horrible. So it's like a shitty ass like screening of the movie, which is like, gonna be shitty. This like Christian remake. Seriously.
It has to be the.
It looked like he had collagen in that freaking thing. Like his lips were like. How would Anderson have worms attached? Great! I can't wait. Oh my god.
Dude, the face she had when we were fucking we bought our tickets and they were waiting for you guys and we were just standing there like kind of looking at the automated board that will like change the movies. The movie posters. And all of a sudden it changed to Nicolas Cage and she like, oh. I'm like, oh my god.
I had no idea he was doing a new movie. And it just happened to be this like freaking remake of a Christian movie that I had to see when I was like a child a million times. Just like, how are you gonna do that?
It's Nicolas Cage.
Oh my god.
He's awesome.
It's gonna be
Haven't you seen the
stupid.
Vampire Diaries?
Vampire Diaries?
I said Vampire Diaries. I'm sure if you go back, you'll hear me say Vampire Diaries.
Yes. You said Vampire Diaries. Are you thinking of Vampire's Kiss?
Ah, damn it. You're right. Fuck!
Wow. I like how you didn't get that the whole time.
It's okay. We're gonna move on.
Moving on.
Woman in Black. Not a very good movie.
No, it's not.
I thought it was okay.
It looked good.
Yeah, it was high budget.
Yeah.
I was happy to watch it because it was a Hammer film, and those films don't exist anymore, really. But
Yeah.
Hammer's the production company that made a bunch of like the remakes of the classic movies like Dracula, The Mummy, and stuff during the 70s.
Okay.
So, like, it went bankrupt towards the end of the 70s, and so the company still exists, but kind of barely.
Uh-huh.
And seeing a new Hammer film was just kind of cool. But yeah, I mean, Woman in Black, it had its chills. It was fine, but nothing special.
What's the premise on that movie? I haven't seen it.
Just a guy who, I believe he has to do with like the property or whatever of a place. I think he's like it's like early 19th century, early 20th century, excuse me, so early 1900s. He has to come to a property in order to handle the affairs of the estate and kind of sell off the property and everything. And he has a son. His wife is dead because she died in childbirth. So he's a depressed individual. And apparently the house that he's coming to handle is haunted by this woman who is vengeful and likes to kill the children of anyone who pisses her off or whatever. And apparently the entire town is like on the outside of where this house is that she haunts, and they're trying to live happily in peace, and then he shows up, and then I guess that pisses off the ghost or something, and then she starts killing all the children. And then stuff happens.
Lots of rocking chairs.
Yeah, lots of rocking chairs.
A lot of it.
Lots of like loud noises and doors slamming and stuff, but not a whole lot of anything happening in that movie.
Yeah.
Just a lot of talking that stuff that did happen.
Not a lot of talking either. It's a lot of just staring. Like there's not a whole
Yeah.
lot that's said in that movie.
Yeah, I've never seen it.
It's okay. You're not really missing that much.
Yeah. Tremors, now that's a movie. No, I'm just
I
kidding.
love Tremors.
Tremors is amazing.
Tremors 1 and 2.
There's another good example of not seeing it very often and being scared of it.
Oh really?
Like as a kid, I saw that when I was like, I think like 9 or 10. I don't know. But we would go. I would sleep at my cousin's house, and my uncle would always rent Adam Sandler movie or like a scary movie. And he rented Tremors, and it was fucking hilarious, but still scared the shit out of me as a kid. And I had to like sleep on the bottom bunk at my cousin's house, and I remember just being scared, like, if Trevor comes, I'm just gonna fucking die. Not under a rock.
Do you remember what the worms are called?
No, I cannot remember.
Graboids.
Oh god!
That's right.
Oh god, you're right.
Graboids.
I loved Tremors 1 and 2.
They went to 3 though, right?
They went to 4, and then they made a show.
They made a show?
Yeah.
It was
No way.
It was a TV series, and it was terrible.
How many seasons? 1?
1. I believe just 1.
How many episodes?
At least 10.
God, can we find that? I want to watch
I'm
that.
sure it's not that hard to find. I'm pretty sure you can find it in just a DVD store. I think that like you can find it at Best Buy.
I feel like Tremors is like on the same level as Starship Troopers.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Like
This is still one of my favorite movies.
Starship Troopers 1 is fantastic.
Yeah.
One of the best fucking movies ever because it's like RoboCop of the 90s because it's satirical, it's making fun of itself at the whole time. It knows that it's stupid, so then it just goes like balls to the wall dumber.
Yeah.
And then it's like, hey, we're fighting bugs. What else is new? And it's like, yes, this movie's fun.
Yeah.
It's dumb. It's got boobs. It's nice.
Laser tattoos!
And then the sequels were really bad. Like the second one.
I've seen the
I
second
can't
one.
even remember like the second one.
The second one is that the one that's the animated one? I know that like
No, that's
There's
the
an
third.
animated one?
That's
Yeah,
the third.
so the third one's the animated one, still considered to actually be better than the second one because the second one was like as low budget as the movie we watched last night apparently, and like just rocks look like someone's drum kit with a cloth over it spray painted gray. Like that's what rocks look like in that movie. So
God damn.
It was just a piece of shit. Like, I don't even really remember it, but I remember turning it off. So, but the first Starship Troopers, badass.
I love that movie.
And I think Tremors 1 is definitely the best one, but Tremors 2, not a bad sequel. Not a bad sequel, in all honesty. Because you still had Fred Ward, who was Earl, and it still had kind of the comedic sort of thing going on, like balancing comedy with the horror stuff, and then you had Burt come back, and he was, of course, the recurring character of everything. Like, he was the actor who was like, I'm happy to do more work with this franchise. So, and he was fucking hilarious in that movie. Both those movies I would still watch any day.
I agree.
I'm not sure when horror movies stopped scaring me as much. Because I, as a kid, I didn't like horror movies all that much, even though my favorite movies growing up were Aliens, Predator, like all these freaking weird creatures and shit.
It's considered some sort of type of horror.
Terminator.
I remember being like 12 at my old house and watching Scream for the first time, and like being a first horror movie that I've ever seen where people are dying. Just because it's happening in a suburb, you're just, shit, that can happen over here.
I'm white. I'm in danger.
Right? Yeah.
This never happens.
And that was my reasoning as a kid, just being like, fuck, it happened there.
If it could happen in suburbia, it could happen here.
But I remember sleeping, that was like one of the first or second times that I slept over at my friend's house. And I just remember sleeping on the bottom bunk yet again, and fucking just looking into his closet and just being the scariest motherfucking thing ever.
Now a worm's gonna come and stab me to death instead. I'm still dead.
Oh god, that fucking worm with the mask on it.
Yep. It's the Scream mask. I did not like Scream.
Scream's horrible.
It's a shitty movie.
It's horrible.
I like
so
Nightmare
bad.
on Elm Street way better.
No, yeah.
I like Wes Craven's movies a lot, and then he started doing kind of the John Carpenter thing, where quality started shooting down a bit. I feel like Scream was one of those movies that got a little more praise than it deserved.
Yeah.
Whatever.
Was it? Because it wasn't like it was a first of its kind, right? Like a first like teen murder movie, right?
No, that's the point.
Yeah.
It was supposed to be making fun of the genre. Like, the whole thing was like, they kept talking about cliches in that movie, like, oh, why does she always run upstairs? Like, she should just run out the front door where she can go out into the open instead of getting cornered, type of thing. So they say all those cliches in that movie. So that was the big thing about it, was that it was self-aware.
The fat chick dying with the garage door opener.
Yeah. It was all that stuff. Just, it was making fun of the genre while still being a horror movie. But, it's kind of boring to me.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I never cared for that movie either. I mean, I wasn't even allowed to watch it until I was, like, older, but...
Oh, I'm sorry, I was such a wimp.
You are. Have you ever seen the original Halloween?
Not in a really long time.
Sounds good.
I'm trying to think about the movie. How does that one go? What's the plot behind it?
It's just Michael Myers.
Yeah.
Yeah, and the William Shatner mask that's painted white.
Mm-hmm.
And he just escapes a mental institution and goes on a killing spree in a small town of suburbia.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the one with... That's just a rumor! Fucking Laurie Strode, played by Jamie Lee Curtis.
I don't think I've seen it.
It's a good one. It's pretty much the only good Halloween movie.
Scary shit.
It is actually a pretty... I think it's legitimately chilling because of the way that it's done. Because it's John Carpenter back in his heyday. He is like on point with his horror stuff, and like there's just a lot of scenes where Laurie's just walking and she sees him. He's just out in the open. He's standing like on the sidewalk a block away, and then he just like turns and walks behind a bush, and then he's not there when she like gets up to him. It's like he's just doing, and then she'll look out the window and he's just down looking at her, and then Like, she blinks and he's gone. It's like, fuck yes. That's how you do it. It's just all build up. There's very little, if any, blood in that movie. It's all, like, shot kind of, like, in the dark. When he kills people, you don't really see it all that well. It's not a gore fest type of thing. It's all about suspense.
Yeah.
And then the sequels were terrible.
Yes.
Because the second one was already a big drop in quality. It was still okay because John Carpenter was on board with it, and they kind of prolonged the plot a little bit and built on it, but they also tried to end it right then and there. They're like, we don't want this to become a freaking big sequel series thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
Too late.
hold like
Whoops.
10 later.
So they blow him up in this room. Spoilers. And they kill off another important character at the same time, and then we assume that he's dead. And this is the movie where you find out that Laurie Strode's supposed to be his sister. It doesn't really make a fucking difference. It's like, he still kills everybody, so why the fuck?
It doesn't fucking matter.
It's
It's
just supposed to be
related to him.
motivation why he's going after her in particular. Like, she's just nearby, so he's gonna go after her. That's what I think. Anyways, they supposedly kill him, and then the next movie doesn't have Michael Myers. It's Halloween 3: Season of the Witch. I believe it's actually on Netflix right now. And what John Carpenter was involved in this because he's like, I want this, like, since we have the generic title of Halloween, like, we should just make the Halloween series, like, a different story every time, and we'll just, like, do some weird, crazy shit and just tell a new movie each time. And so they made Season of the Witch. It wasn't very good. It had a few things about it that were kind of interesting. It kills kids, which is cool. But
always cool.
it was kind of a boring movie. Not a whole lot happens for a while. And then they bring back Michael Myers in Halloween 4 because the third one didn't do very well because a lot of people were like, where the fuck's Michael Myers? This is the movie I signed up for. And they just fucking ran it into the ground with really shitty plot, really shitty, like, tropes that just were overused and everything. And then they brought back Jamie Lee Curtis. And then she couldn't stop it. And they did one more movie after her, and that was terrible, which we just watched recently on Netflix.
Which one was that? Was that 4?
No. It was 4, 5, 6, Curse of Michael Myers, which is easily the worst one out of all of them. Then there was H2O, which brought back Jamie Lee Curtis. And then there was Resurrection, which is the one where they kill off Jamie Lee Curtis because she's like, I don't want to do this anymore. Kill my character. And then Busta Rhymes.
Such an appropriate switch. Like, oh my god.
Resurrection sucks balls. It's a piece of shit movie. It is probably, like, second
They
worst.
smoke fake weed in that movie.
Yeah, like you do.
Yeah.
It's all fake.
All fake.
Arugula.
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 Yeah, Resurrection's dog shit. 4 and 5 are competent, but they're dumb. And then 6 is just, it's a mess. Doesn't know what it's doing. If you watch, go to cinemassacre.com. James Rolfe does a lot of frickin' stuff. Like, every October he does this thing called Monster Madness where he goes through all the movies I've shown you guys before, where he goes through a bunch of horror movies and talks about them. So one year he talked about the Halloween movies. And apparently Halloween 6 has several different versions, one of which is the producer's cut, which was not nationally released, which is weird because most of the time the movies that are released are producer's cuts, but regardless. This producer's cut has this whole other plot
Really?
that they don't use in the version that you see on Netflix that's widely distributed. And the plot is, like, more focused on this cult aspect, what Michael Myers is, like, a pawn of, and then, like, they're trying to conjure up this devil shit or whatever using their sacred ritual with this baby. The baby is supposed to be the son of Laurie Strode's daughter, who was the girl that was in 4 and 5. So now the little girl that was in 4 and 5 has grown up to a full-fledged woman and got pregnant and had this kid, and now they were going to sacrifice the kid for this dark conjuring thing.
Okay.
So that's the same in both versions of 6.
Alright.
A certain detail that was used in the producer's cut was that the kid was also Michael Myers' son, which means since Laurie Strode is the mother of this girl and she's supposed to be the sister of Michael Myers, that means Michael Myers had sex with his niece.
Oh, what the fuck?
And that's the baby.
Incest.
Yeah. And there's a bunch of other shit going on with it too.
Oh, hi.
Hi.
Hi, girlfriend.
I like your sound stage.
I know, right?
Your soundproofing.
I spent all of 5 minutes making it.
It's pretty good.
Thank you.
Hi, Megan.
Shut up, John.
Oh.
We're talking about Halloween.
Oh, and I have Halloween makeup on. That's what that's supposed to be, John.
Yeah, I was really tired when I saw you. It scared me.
Now you know how I feel every day when I see you.
It's pretty frightening. There's shepherds pie in the kitchen.
Cool, I had pizza at work because we were doing inventory.
Oh, okay.
But thank you.
You're welcome. Yeah, Halloween 6. It's a piece of shit. It's on Netflix. Watch it now.
Oh, God.
Same with Resurrection. For whatever reason, they chose the 2 worst ones to put on there.
Of course.
We have to, right?
It's Netflix.
God. I actually have never seen the Rob Zombie ones. I heard that they were okay. Or at least the first one was, and the second one was just fucking weird.
Makes sense.
Oh, I'm tired of everybody fucking remaking movies.
You and the rest of the internet.
Sorry. I mean, some of them are good, but some are just like, come on, man. I want to see an A-Team movie. I want to see that happen.
A-Team?
A-Team.
A-Team.
Yeah.
You want to see the A-Team movie that they remade? Because they did.
Yes.
Okay. Wasn't sure if you were aware or not.
No,
That
I
had
want
already
to see
been
it.
done.
No, yeah. Have you guys seen it?
No.
Oh, okay. See, that would be a great movie to watch.
I don't know about that.
It's a weird thing you want to watch.
Yeah, all the things. Like, I fucking want to see Dukes of Hazzard with Johnny Knoxville.
Like, what?
Oh, okay. That's on your list, huh?
Very strange.
Alright, it's getting late. We've talked for long enough.
Yeah.
I think that,
There's enough material there.
yeah, there's plenty here. So, thanks for listening, for those who do.
Woohoo!
So we'll try and do the podcast thing a little more frequently now that I've got the time and the setup for it again. So, thank you, Dani, for sitting in on this one. Fuck John. He's a piece of shit.
I know what an asshole.
You want to say goodbye, John?
Goodbye.
Alright, later.
Ass podcast about some dogs.